We're back. It's Brandon.
And Christina with our second episode of How Be Rip was made. Um, so in our last episode, we gave you guys a little bit of background on how we started and where the idea came from. And we left y'all with talking about how we found our first distributor and found brands. And right after that, we started getting into design work. So today, we're going to talk about the Be Rip designs and the evolution of it because what you see like right here is not where we started at.
Nah, we had some designs. We were trying to make our own, like, not even brand designs. Like, it was more of like artwork.
Right, and it was
Like,
kind of piggybacking off of, you don't remember that, you weren't born then. But it was piggybacking off of like Brandon's initial shirt where he had like the slogans and the quotes. We were trying to take the slogans and quotes and put them on t-shirts. And so I remember there was one, I think we were trying to do like the early bird gets the worm. And y'all, here's the funny part about this. Like, I had no experience at all with Adobe Illustrator or Photoshop. Brandon did because I don't know if y'all know, he has a master's in architecture. So he's worked in the Adobe suite of products, I guess all his collegiate school. I never worked in them. So when we started coming up with these slogans, me trying to be extra.
okay, there's
Hold on,
Lindy.
Landon. What is it, big boy? Something, someone
Okay.
fix it. I'll
Yeah,
check it out.
I get it here.
So as I was saying, I had no experience with Photoshop or Illustrator, but Brandon did. And when we started coming up with design ideas, Brandon was trying to work on them. But me being me, I wanted to figure out how can we speed up the process? How can we, I didn't want to have to like try to dictate the idea I had in my brain and give it to Brandon. Like I just wanted to be able to do it and surprise him, be like, check it out, like what you think. So he wound up teaching me Photoshop and Illustrator. Like I remember sitting on the couch. That's what we do a lot of times, sit on the couch. We were talking and he showed me how to do it. And so he had I'll never forget this too. He had a Asus computer. I had my MacBook. And we were trying to, do designs and stuff. And I think at the time my MacBook was slow. So we wound up being down to one computer. And again, we was over there, we would be sitting on the couch, like one of us would be holding land and the other one would be designing, and then we would switch. Be like, all right, my turn.
And hey, so we've been doing this with babies. We've been doing this with Landon. Like the business started after Landon was born.
Right.
So.
And honestly, I think I don't even know if we know how to do without the kids being there. Like it's just becoming a part of the thing. Like from the beginning, we were never running this business without having a child or kids. So it adds a layer of complexity, but we're built for it. We just find ways to get it done. And I think it pushes us harder because I could be a procrastinator when I know I got all the time in the world. But when I know I've got some time constraints, like I only got 30 minutes before Madison wake up. I only got 30 minutes before Landon wake up. It kind of lights a fire under me to just like hurry up and get it done. So I don't know if you disagree.
I'm the same way. Like I'm a procrastinator too. So, but hey, when it gotta get done, you got no other choice. Hey, get it done.
Right. Oh yeah. So that was a little sidebar. So back to the design work. So he taught me Photoshop, and so we started working on these designs. There was like catchphrases, but trying to put an image to go with it. So like if you kind of get what we were talking about. And during that time, I'm gonna let y'all in on a big secret. During that time, one of those days when we was working on the image, we came up with the name Be Ripped. And actually, no, on second thought, we came up with the name Be Ripped, I want to say the same day when we were coming back from that pediatrician appointment. We were in the car coming up with business names, ideas for our brand of apparel. And I think at that time we were just calling out different stuff, trying to come up with names. I remember telling Brandon, like, I think it should be something like a call to action, but something short. And I think we just,
I want to say she came up with the name. Like
yeah, I think so.
I had a couple different names. I think I had B Fit too. B.
It was, yeah, and we even I think you did, because we started looking up, and I recommend this too for all entrepreneurs. When you come up with a name, you also want to, and something you like, you want to research and see if someone else has it already. Make sure that they don't have it already, because it would be horrible to start working and doing something with the name and you find out somebody else has it. You don't want to have any infringement type of things. But I do remember this too. We were talking about the name. It was also, B Ripped was also a kind of a play on words, because I remember saying B is for Brandon and it's also for Brock, our last name. And so it's kind of like, initially I was thinking of it like, it's kind of like we had B in parentheses with the E after.
We got to show that.
Yeah, we have to put that right there. But we thought it was cool.
Yeah, we
Again,
did.
we're our biggest cheerleaders. But we used to put the B in parentheses because it was like, it stood for Brock or Brandon, whichever way you want to think of it. But
just the letter B.
The letter B, and so, and our first sales permit was B with no E, with Ripped.
Yeah.
I have to show that there too. But we were trying to incorporate our name with our brand. But so I know you're like, where did that come from with design? So back to design. So when we were designing all of these slogans and stuff, I wanted to have it where our design artwork was here, but we also had our brand logo underneath it, because we didn't have a logo at first. Yes, baby?
Can I have some paper?
Some paper? Yes. Landon likes to draw. We're going to teach him Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator too.
I'm gonna just scan his designs in.
Yeah, we could do that. Okay. So yeah, we so when we were doing the designs, we wanted to have like our slogan. We knew that some slogans, may have been common cliche phrases or whatever, but we wanted to kind of put our stamp on it. So we was like, we got to come up with a logo so that when we have a slogan on the shirt, you have our logo underneath it. So we wound up
Terrible.
but we went with it. So I wound up going in and playing around in Photoshop. I thought it'd be Ripped, and so we were trying to figure out what kind of logo go with Be Ripped, And I think at one time Brandon, him being all muscular, we wanted to appeal to the athletic community. You wanted a logo with like muscles in it, then.
Yeah, like I wanted something with muscles or bicep in it. And now I can't stand seeing that. Like it's such a cliche, just like it's all gone, baby. It's such a cliche to have a muscle or a bicep in it, and kind of like a athletic or fitness brand. And so
yeah, and I remember
she didn't want that.
Yeah,
I think I had drew. I was sketching stuff out with the name B Ripped on it and stuff, and like she was like, "Nah, we shouldn't do that."
and then I remember even too, we considered even doing a dumbbell. You remember that too? Trying to put a dumbbell in it as well. And I had even, this is just another maybe a little plug, but I remember there was a site called the Noun Project. You remember that?
Yeah.
Where you can get vector images, which vector images have like a transparent background. You can plug into Illustrator or Photoshop. But I remember going to their site trying to find a good dumbbell or a good muscle, something, to try to put in our logo, but nothing really felt right. So one day I just started playing around in Photoshop, and I was like, okay, what if I did, something like with Ripped, like try to do Be Ripped with our name. And so I took the letter B, got an R, flipped the B around, and I was like, well, to incorporate our brand, how can I make the R look ripped? And so I remember, I don't think I ever tried the jagged edges. I was thinking about it, but I don't think I ever tried it. But I just got some lines, y'all.
And here's the thing, she just had learned Illustrator.
Yeah, you had just taught me.
Just within a couple weeks, maybe.
Yeah, probably.
And so she was trying to figure out how to make these lines in there and slits, and so she showed me what she was trying to do, and I was like, all right. So I literally, it's different ways of doing this, but I
Yeah.
just got like a rectangle,
Yep.
a rectangle tool, and put the rectangle over the R, right? Put the rectangle over the R, and then deleted what I didn't want to show, and so. And to this day, these probably not all the way.
They look pretty good.
Yeah.
I know they're the same size.
But probably the
Evenly
distance,
spaced,
yeah, even it may not, it may or may
may
not be, but hey, it's our design. It's
It
our little
is.
stamp on it. So
Yeah.
that's how we came up with this design here. And actually, moving far ahead, so this is like our first design, and then this is like what she has on is our like version 2 of the B Rip. So we have a couple different word marks of B Rip, but this is the second version
Yeah,
of
we
it.
call it V2. But I think I'm most proud of our logo because we did it. Like we didn't pay nobody.
We create our own
We
logo.
created our own. We have to get any rights or anything. Like this is our logo. We did it ourselves.
Just playing around. Didn't know
Yeah.
what we was getting into, but just playing around with it.
Yeah, and we went forward with it, and I thank God that people like the logo and it looks good on our gear, our apparel, and we've stuck with it, going on almost 4 years now, and we're using the same logo. Like you said, with the exception, we have this other word mark. Our logo, the BR, stays the same, but sometimes you'll see this word mark. To be honest, because sometimes it looks better depending on what we're doing. Our garment, it looks better maybe like this as opposed to just the standard text. But that was a huge thing for us to get done, and so we started. And even I don't know if you remember this. Even once we had this down, because our name is B Rip Fits, and a quick plug on that. We used to have BR with a lowercase fits, almost kind of like a subscript at the bottom to say BR Fits, but we dropped the fits after a while because it just kind of looked cheesy. But the whole reason why we did B Ripped Fits was to kind of differentiate ourselves. So we knew that there was another company in the UK. I think that does Be Ripped or whatever. And when we went to go try to get our website domain name, BeRipped.com. I don't know if it was that somebody had already had BeRipped.com. And so we were like,
I think a gym had that name, BeRipped.com.
Yeah, somebody had the domain. So it was like, oh man, we like the name Be Ripped, but we got to figure out a way to get our, what can we do to get our domain right? Sorry, y'all. Felt like something was in my eye. And so we were trying to figure out something short and concise to add to Be Ripped, to make it still easy to remember, and you don't have to spell a whole paragraph out when you type it in. So fits actually stands for like outfits. That's what we were thinking about. Like, if you say someone or you see someone, they're like, yeah, man, I just got this new fit. Check out my new fit. So we knew we wanted to do outfits. And so instead of having Be Ripped Outfits, we was like, Be Ripped Fits. Mm-hmm. So get all your Be Ripped Fits from us.
But it was too long to be explained. Be Ripped Fits, like is it Be Ripped or just Be Ripped Fits? And just even saying Be Ripped Fits is just long saying.
But that's what our website is. So we couldn't get it. I mean, we weren't going to try to buy a domain. And we could have did a different domain other than .com, but to have a .com address, we did Be Ripped Fits. And so you'll see Be Ripped Fits. Our legal name is Be Ripped LLC. But we use Be Ripped Fits for our website domain. And you'll see that if you buy something from us, you may see that pop up on your transaction on your bank statement. It'll say Be Ripped Fits. And an interesting point about this too for business owners, when you do a business name, you can have your LLC like we do, Be Ripped LLC. And then there's a thing called a DBA, which stands for Doing Business As. So you could say Doing Business As Be Ripped Fits. So that's how we're set up. Be Ripped LLC, Doing Business As Be Ripped Fits. And we may change that at some point, but we did that because we wanted to have continuity with our website address and what people actually, you know, see. But the heart of it is Be Ripped is our name, and we actually have it trademarked. That's
Oh, yeah,
a
we
whole.
got-
That's a whole
Nah, we'll do
another
another
topic
video.
on that. But we thank God we have the trademark. That's why that R right here is so important, y'all. Like, we are so proud of that because we're registered officially on the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. And we'll, again, that's a whole other video. But back to we kind of went off topic, but it's still relevant. But back to design work. When we did our design work, we wanted to have our logo still on it. We didn't want to make any designs to where it was just a shirt with a catchy phrase, but you didn't really know who the brand was.
So we did, speaking of just different art designs that we did, not the logo. Remember I did one, the Daily Shredder.
Oh yeah.
It's my Instagram. I had my other Instagram, personal Instagram, is called the Daily Shredder. And I had this black hoodie. I think I got a picture of it. Black hoodie with yellow,
right. You don't
this-
still have it?
maybe not. I got a image of it I put up. And then what else we do? I did that white shirt, white hoodie with a lion on it or something like that. A lion, and then I forgot. I don't know if I even put anything on it.
I remember that one. Gosh.
And I put what else I do? That may be it before we start going to the bill.
Well, I did one.
What you did?
Oh, we did a couple. I have a couple I just thought about. And I think these are ones I did. So, yeah, another hype moment. I had I was using an app on my phone to play around with design work. I had an idea one day during my lunch break to be like, we're Dallas Ripped. And so I was playing around and had like the Dallas skyline. And we have that image. We still have that shirt. We still have that shirt somewhere. With Dallas Ripped, with like, it's like the skyline. And I think it had Be Ripped underneath it.
Yeah.
And yeah, when I tell you, we thought that was gonna be our #1 seller. Like, we were so hyped.
Oh, that's
Like,
it.
that was cold. Like, we've had, and it's funny now, we've had several moments thinking like, this is it. This gonna be our big break. This is gonna do it. Only to be like, that ain't even it.
When Linda be saying, womp, womp, womp.
That's how it was. But I like that design. Oh, baby.
What are you doing? Stop.
Don't put, here, where's our mushrooms?
She ain't want it.
Then we also did a couple of phrases, and we actually had a couple people buy this, and I have the shirt. I have to put it up here, but we did stretch it, work it, feel it. That was kind of mine because I like the color. Tried to add the color in there, and we also did a two other phrases that we did. They didn't, or three. Once we started moving away from the actual like design work to just kind of bold statement words. We did consistency. So consistency was like this thing when Brandon had his Daily Shredder Instagram. That was one of the things he used to talk about and post. It was like consistency brings results.
Yeah, just being consistent.
Right. And so we
Consistency is everything, but results is confirmation.
That's what it was. I was trying to, I was low key trying to think of what that phrase was just then. But since I couldn't think of it, I just kept it moving. But,
You know how I remember it?
Huh?
Because I consistently said it.
oh my gosh. Y'all. Oh my goodness. You think Daddy is funny, huh? I think that was some of her snack. Anyway, sorry. I was like, what's on my fingers? But y'all know these teething biscuits, they like disintegrate on your hands. But so we did consistency, and we sold a couple of shirts. Our friends, we got a couple of friends out there that still have those shirts. Thank y'all.
And we did a challenge of consistency.
We did
I think a 10 or 20 day consistency
Yeah, we did a
challenge.
consistency challenge.
Just get moving, do a jump rope, and show how you being consistent working out.
Oh, we did that challenge. I have a picture of that too in my phone. Y'all, I had just had Landon. I was really struggling with trying to get back to pre-pregnancy. It was a big, long struggle. And so I got a video that I actually saw not too long ago. And I was, on the more the love side. you know, and I struggled trying to get back to myself. It affected me, my self-esteem a good bit. But we'll have to flash that up, what that shirt looks like, and even that challenge, because that's why I took that video.
So we did the consistency in the results shirt, right?
Yeah, we did the results shirt, and we also did Hidden Figures.
Hidden Figures.
Those were 3 of our first ones, and we'll talk about this more too. But we actually went and had those made. That was our first time.
Oh, man.
So the other design, let me back up. The other designs I was talking about, we use a print-on-demand supplier to make those for us. But then, you know, we had to wait for it to come in the mail. It was kind of like, man, got this cold design. What is it going to look like on a shirt? And we had to wait like maybe a week, you know, to get it. So we was like, nah, we don't really like that. We want to be able to go in and talk to somebody. So we found a screen printer that was local to us at that time. And we took our design ideas to him and had him screen printed. And we were pretty stoked about that too. So he did consistency and Hidden Figures for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then once we had results, we actually went with somebody else. Again, we were just trying to find our way. Like when I tell you this whole time with our brand and our business, we've just been figuring it out. And so if you kept up just then, we started with a print-on-demand supplier. We had screen printer number 1, then screen printer number 2. And we still not at what we're doing now. So that's 3 right there. We're trying to figure out along the way. But
and this may be another video, but we were doing the consistency in the results and Hidden Figures were all screen printed,
right,
by somebody else.
Right.
But we started off doing it ourselves. This may be another video, but doing
well, you talking about the heat.
The heat transfer, and then we did vinyl.
Well, that was but you're right. But we hadn't even got to that point yet. So I guess.
Oh yeah, we had. Oh
yeah,
okay.
We hadn't even got to that point. At that time, we were just trying to figure out a good design shirt to sell, to put out for the public. And so on our very first website, we had consistency up there, Hidden Figures, and results. And y'all, this is so funny. We talked about this the other night.
I'm smiling because it's like these moments, like.
You remember it too? We done put on the spot. So y'all, but once we decided on these shirts, we actually got mock-ups from our screen printers that we worked with. And we was like, okay, let's build our website, our first website. So y'all, we built our website. We put it up on the website. And it took us a minute to play around with the design. You know, we stuck with like a black and white theme. That's kind of the theme.
We built our own website.
Yes, we built it ourselves. Did not hire anybody to do it. And it was on a different platform than what we use now. We used Wix, actually. So we built it. And I remember one night, it was after Landon went to sleep. We finished the website. We finally got everything set up. And we were literally sitting. I'm going to just grab this computer this is an example.
Oh yeah, put that plug out there, the B-Rip.
Oh yeah,
you
I
see
like that
the
B-Rip.
You see the sticker. We did that ourselves too.
Right. So this is how we really were. We were in the kitchen. We had designed the website, and there was literally just a button. Yeah. I don't know if it said publish or go live. I can't remember what it was, but we literally had to flip a switch or a toggle to make it accessible on the World Wide Web, you know. So we were sitting in the kitchen, and I think, how do we do it?
You probably like, you want to press it?
Yeah, I do remember us doing
You want to press it? No, you press it.
Right.
She's like, I don't know why I'm nervous.
I know. And I don't know who pressed it first. I really don't know if it was me or you.
No, but we put it down on the ground.
I know. I was like, after we pressed
okay.
Yeah. I don't know which one of us pressed it. After we pressed it, we put it down on the ground, and we was like, oh
here you
man,
go.
Here you go. And we were just expecting this big, bunch of ching, ding, ching, all these bells and whistles to be boo, all these orders or something. And nothing happened.
Dun, dun, dun. Nothing happened. We was like, wait a minute. Is the internet working? Something wrong with the internet?
I remember that. And I think think we wound up looking at analytics later, trying to see if anybody had been to the site.
Yeah,
And
we
it
was like, wait a minute, do we
maybe-
need to refresh it?
Right. Yeah.
Hey, nothing happened, y'all.
Nothing happened. I don't know why we just thought. I guess we thought that some billboard was gonna show up on Google or somewhere, be like, here's a new store.
Watching too much TV, too much Shark Tank,
Right.
too much TV.
It's like how we gonna get some orders without marketing, we didn't know about SEOs and all of that stuff. So nothing happened. So it was like, man, okay, we gotta figure this out. But we did tell our friends, and so shout out to I remember Tamisha buying a shirt, Pinky, Kalisha bought a shirt, a consistency shirt. I'm trying to think, did anybody else?
Yeah, like most of our friends and family bought one.
Bought a shirt.
We were just telling people about it, like still kind of.
Yeah, we was like low key telling people because we were like, we don't really know. And I know for me, just in general with our business, I have a hard time like, I don't know, like putting ourselves out there. Like I'll mention like, oh yeah, we have a brand or whatever, but I've never really been a salesman. And not saying that we're salesmen, but I've never been good at putting in plugs, I guess is maybe the right words. Like I've just been kind of like, low key and just like, I really just tell you about it, be like, just check it out, and let you see when you get there if it interests you. So I'll be honest, I didn't do a whole lot of promotion. That's the word I'm looking for, promotion.
But I'm not a hardcore salesman either. But like, if I created something, I want somebody to see it and give me their opinion, what they think. So I
Yes, big boy. Oh, you wrote your name? Okay, I'm coming. I gotta go in mom mode. Hang on.
okay. So I want people to see my stuff. So what I did, I started wearing it to my shirts to the gym underneath my Nike stuff, because I used to wear Nike Nike top and bottom, So I said, okay, throw some Be Ripped on with it. So I started throwing Be Ripped on with it, and I was wearing it to see if it was a market out there, to see if anybody asked me or said anything or gave me a compliment about my shirt. And that's another like marketing strategy, or see if there's any interest out there in what you're doing before you go, and purchase, 24, 50 shirts. You test the market and see if there's a demand out there.
Right.
So, and I still do that now. Just, make samples and see if anybody see anything about it.
Right. And I think we have we got a picture of that too. I'll never forget. We wore our shirts. We went on a hiking trail with our close friends, and I'm trying to think. I think our pastor might have went with us that time too. But we wore our consistency shirts on a hiking trail. I'll never forget. Like I was even iffy then. Like I just wore the shirt. I didn't want to tell anybody that we made the shirt or anything. Like, cause I didn't want to like spoil the mood. Like we hiking. You want to go hiking? It was our first time hiking. Madison.
Yeah, that's your shoe.
Ooh. Madison. I said Madison. It was our first time hiking, and we actually hiked with Landon with us. We wore that consistency shirt.
Got a picture of that. Put it there.
Oh, I think I just said that.
Okay, I can say it again. See what you be doing with y'all.
But yeah, so you need help with what? Oh, writing mom? It's M. I know, it's M-O. No, M, not N. M. M-O-M. Hang on one sec, y'all. So I think we just left off talking about our consistency shirt and how we promoted it, our business. So we did that challenge. It was like our first way of trying to promote it. And I think not too long after that, we might have created a business account, because I think you were still working on or business Instagram account. I think you were still doing that on Daily Shredder,
Yeah.
but I guess from a design standpoint, fast forward, the way we landed on just Be Ripped, like you see these designs, we kind of had like an aha moment one day. We were sitting around, we were still trying to come up with like catchy designs, things that would resonate with people. And it took a lot of work and a lot of energy to come up with the designs. And then the next question, we always ran into this, like, should we put on a shirt? Should it go on a hoodie? Or should it go a tank top? And then what color shirt, a hoodie or tank top? And if you think about it, there's a lot of different SKUs or designs on just one design. And so it was kind of like, I was like, babe, like, why don't we just let our brand be our name? Like, instead of spending a lot of energy trying to come up with a hot design that we think like, oh yeah, that's dope type deal. Like, why not just do it with our name, Be Ripped? And so got back out Photoshop, Illustrator. We did a couple of iterations where we got like a curve Be Ripped. You'll see some of that design work. Yeah. I still like the curve Be Ripped, like on our crops and stuff. And then we just used the curve Be Ripped on just about everything.
Yeah.
Starting now. There was a couple times we did straight, but we learned that the straight Be Ripped, especially for females, sometimes don't hit right across here. But so once we landed on just the name, that's when we started looking at, can we do vinyl ourselves? Because for screen print, again, we were in this thing like, we like having stuff made by other people, but then we were at the mercy of their timeline.
We couldn't do a variety.
And we couldn't do a variety.
And we couldn't test the market to see, okay, is this color, if I do black, you know, a lot of people like black, this design on black. But if I did a red one, if I did, so we couldn't get different sample shirts. Because just so you know, yeah, a screen printer, they're gonna want, you know, you to get on average probably like at least 12 shirts, same design and stuff. So and so you have to do more bulks of shirts and designs. And so you can't do like one-offs, like one shirt here, one shirt there. And so we had to figure out how do we do that and not have all this inventory.
Right, because we were just testing things out.
That we're testing out.
Right. So we wound up getting our vinyl cutter and a heat press. And even before then, before we even got to that decision, I think we used the screen printer one more time. And when we first did the BR logo, we were trying to find a good garment that we really like besides t-shirts. And y'all, we found these drop tail hoodies.
Oh, man.
That were like, and we're actually gonna bring those back because to be honest, they were one of our best sellers. We haven't had them in quite some times, but the drop tail hoodies were like everything. But we actually did, once we migrated from Wix, we set up a new website on Shopify. So that's a really good platform for entrepreneurs at Shopify.
And that's another video we probably have to do. It's our website.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. But we did the Be Ripped logo on the drop tail hoodies, and we use a screen printer for that. You okay, big boy?
I don't know how to do it like that.
Okay. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to get sidetracked. I got sidetracked. I'll be over there in just a minute, big boy, to help you.
You said I'm trying to get sidetracked.
That, like, this happens. Like, I'm starting to get like mommy brain fog. I don't know brain fog, but just mommy mode. You know how you have so many tabs open on your internet browser? That's how I am right now. And I was torn in that moment of like, okay, should I go help him? How long is this patience gonna last? Can we just finish up this snippet, and then wrap it up? Because I know we're gonna lose them in a minute. Like, they need to move about, and they need us, both of them, Madison and Landon. But at any rate, so we screen printed the drop tail hoodies, and then we wound up doing the vinyl when we started wanting to do our own like Be Ripped. And matter of fact, I believe this is the one you did too. This is Wordmark 2.0, but we started testing that out. So that, I guess, what we just kind of walked y'all through from a timeline standpoint, this was in the first 6 months of us launching our brand, we had went through a couple iterations of, you know, trying to figure out design work and really just get going. But I remember, and I know it was our first 6 months because we had the drop tail hoodie we did during Thanksgiving, Christmas time. And we did some joggers to go with it as well that have the jogger with the BR located on the left pants. But that was in our first 6 months. And so I think from there, in our next video, we'll talk about how we moved from, or how we went down the vinyl standpoint of making our garments and doing that stuff ourselves, and our first show. That was pretty dope. But we hope y'all are enjoying our videos so far. This is good. Like,
Hey,
I'm
don't
enjoying
forget-
reminiscing.
Don't
about
forget to comment, like,
this.
subscribe, share the video. It's different ways that you can support us, but
And let us know what
please.
you think. You know, let us know what you think about our journey too. But
yeah. And comment if you have any other
questions
or videos you want to see us do, or something you want us to elaborate on. But please comment, like, and subscribe to the videos.
Bing.
Thank
Bye, y'all.